How y'all gentlemen doing today?
What's
How you
going
doing?
on?
How you doing there? Name's Judge Dick Wrinkley. Just had to stop by the
Excuse me,
community, say
please.
hi to the fellas.
How you
You
doing, man?
never you never pulled up
On a
suit with
PD
a
bike,
bike.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
you hard though. You
yeah.
hard though.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I got the right to arrest you too, you know.
I
You
ain't
got
gonna
the
lie,
right
man.
to
That
arrest for over what?
Now I'm talking to this young man in the red right here. Look like he's a gang member. What does that chain say? Deuce
Yeah,
gang.
what?
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. See you
no
in
no no.
court.
This
Get
D
your milk dud head ass on.
Ladies, gentlemen, how y'all doing today?
We're doing
Mr.
good.
Wrinkley, how you
Doing
doing,
all
boy?
right.
I'm doing great.
Miss
I'm doing great.
Ripley is on her way down here right now.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Smells like justice in here. Like the way this courtroom's smelling. Okay, evidence is submitted.
Get away. Don't mind my,
The judge
get the
is
fuck
in
away.
the,
My brother here.
the room.
Get the fuck away.
Alright, let's go ahead and meet with him.
It's the same girl that was D-Money, right? Fucking pussy. Fuck her.
Actually, he
Okay.
did look familiar. Wait a minute.
Who looks familiar? I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Ryrone, how have you been?
I don't know.
How you
I'm
doing
sorry.
there, Mr.
I'm not
Strawberry?
Sorry.
Since you ain't been here.
I could be better. I'm not gonna lie. How are you?
I'm here. I can't complain. Life is life.
Absolutely. I'm glad you were able to make it in today.
Yeah, you know, do what I do to is that shooting going on? I don't know.
Well, you're still the goddamn police. And you know what I say to that? Fuck 12.
You know what I have to say to that? I'm the goddamn FBI, motherfucker. You understand? Keep
Yeah.
fucking with me.
I ain't gonna fuck with you.
Hi, Judge Wrinkley. How are you?
How you doing there, Special Agent Ripley? How are you?
I'm doing good. So I'll be representing Los Santos Police Department tonight, but I've got to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
This case, Judge,
Johnny.
it's a
step-
tough one.
let's step in
Okay,
here.
yeah, I'd like to. I'd also like to bring Miss Strawberry in so I can get a more complete picture of
Okay.
what's going on here.
Mr. Strawberry's
She
in the room over here.
She wants this to be a public trial.
A
Oh, yes.
public trial.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
100%.
Is there any reason you want this to be a public trial, Miss Cage?
Oh no reason. I just think that it's something that everyone needs to see.
Okay. So, how do you feel about that, Special Agent Ripley?
I'm not gonna lie.
It's
Judge,
for the public's best
it is-
interest.
The public's best interest, I believe, is to see what happened here.
All right.
And that is it's tough for me to say, but it's true.
Okay. So can we get in
that-
contact with the department? Let's make it announcement.
Will do. But if possible, I just wanted to make sure I wanted to meet with Miss Strawberry so I can get a more complete picture of her side because she is technically the defendant here.
Yeah,
Oh, she's
I'm
the
defend-
defendant.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I mean,
representing myself, defending myself. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, this must
This
be a
co-
sticky
this case-
situation.
Sticky for PD.
Mm.
Yes.
so
are
let me
we
look up
pursuing
your.
charges? What kind of?
So
ahead, you can explain.
originally I did want to sue Mr. Grady because as you can see in the evidence that I was able to provide for you,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Grady set it up to where they planted drugs in the suspect's car and they said we're gonna put it on Strawberry to see what Strawberry has going on for her. Because they checked the vehicle. The vehicle had no drugs in it. As quote unquote, there's not shit in that vehicle,
Okay.
is what Marcus.
Did they have probable cause to check the vehicle?
They said because it was illegally parked that was the reason why they did it. So originally, right, they pulled up on F block. They said that they saw him doing one hand-to-hand transaction. The customer walked away, so the transaction never went through completely. So after that, they found, I believe, 63 grams of meth on his body. After that, they were asking him which one of these cars are yours. He didn't want to tell them which car it was, so they went up to the red truck and they ran the license plates and they said, "Oh, so you do know that this car is parked illegally, which means we can legally search your vehicle." They proceeded to search it.
One moment, please. Special Agent Ripley, when does a legal parked vehicle give you probable cause to search a vehicle?
I agree, Judge. That is not correct at all.
Okay.
And this was done by the former police chief.
Former, so this is
Yeah,
past.
Well,
died. He died
just
yesterday.
he passed away last night.
Oh God, rest his soul.
Mm-mm-mm.
Talking about Chief Grady?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. He
Oh, this
definitely
is
passed
terrible
away.
news.
Yeah, it's
We'll get
very,
into that
very
later.
saddening. Yeah.
So are you
So,
here
yeah,
to sue?
but- Oh yeah, so I definitely am here to sue. I'm also here because there needs to be an internal investigation with PD. I want them to look into every drug charges that people have received, because if they were able to plant evidence in someone's vehicle to blame on me, I can't imagine how many other people that they've done this to just out of spite.
I see where you're going with this. Okay.
So originally I was gonna sue Mr. Grady for $3 million for emotional damage. Emotional damage. He's tarnishing my name in the city by doing that. I haven't been able to take any clients due to the fact that I had these pending charges against me.
Mm-hmm.
As you saw in the video, I was able to subpoena the evidence correctly as well. They were upset that I subpoenaed it. Never in that video did they once think about destroying that evidence, so that is open to the public to get at the end of the day. So I do want to sue, and I do want these other, because if you were to watch that video, there was a couple of people there. So one of them is Jessica. I think her name is Jessica Carter or Cartier. Another one of them was Marcus Burnett. He was very, very happy to do it. He also held a heavy pistol at my head inside of PD in front of Mr. Grady saying, "Just say the word and I'll do it." Yes, Marcus Burnett. I didn't get that evidence. If you would like me to get it, I can get that for
So
you.
how did all
But
this evidence come about? How did you get
so
all of this evidence?
this all started, right, because the guy named Tyreek James, he said that I stole his vehicle and whatever is in the car would belong to Strawberry because she was the last person to use it. Now, earlier that day, I did ask to borrow his car, and in that evidence that I provided to you, it does show that I asked.
Okay.
Then we
My
went
question
down.
is- My question is,
Yeah.
how did you obtain all of this evidence?
So I was able to get the evidence, one from the clothing store.
Mm-hmm.
We were right outside of the clothing store, so I grabbed the evidence from the clothing store
Okay.
footage. And then the second piece of evidence where you saw me driving to PD, PD has cameras in front of the station. So I was able to get it that way. And then the remaining evidence for showing the evidence that they're planning against me, I was able to get that from a subpoena from Judge Lappington.
Okay.
Where you at?
Okay, this is my question. Special Agent Ripley, I know you're here on the behalf of the Federal Bureau, okay? Who's here
I am.
on the behalf of the police department, which is state? Because ultimately, if
Well-
there's going to be an investigation on a state, we
Sorry,
will
we're
have the
speaking
federal-
without you, so can you please exit?
To be honest, I'm actually labeled as the official district attorney
Okay.
on
Hold
behalf
on, I
of the
don't
city
feel
and the
comfortable
state.
speaking about this in front of Bailey.
Okay, officer, could you please remove yourself from the room? Thank you. So
So I'm
you're
representing
representing
the
as
state-
district attorney.
Correct. Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm only special agent for specific missions, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. I understand.
But I do have I am representing the city and the
state.
state.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, are you guys ready for court?
Let me see if Tyreek is here. Give me 1 second.
Could you make it known that this is open
No.
trial, District Attorney Ripley?
Yes. I will do that. I will let them know.
Okay.
I think I just want to make sure that so in terms of charges, what are we looking at here?
So I mean, I want to get all of the officers that were involved in that scene.
Mhm.
I mean, I really want them to get fired because they were sitting there completely okay with the entire operation to get me into legal trouble by putting a whole brick of drugs.
Okay.
I'm not
Can I
sure
s-
that's grounds for termination.
Okay, can I say
can't.
this before we get to start? Because some of this evidence is questionable, and I want to make sure that probable cause was necessary, and this evidence is permissible in court. Did you send the district attorney the same evidence that you sent me?
I did. She's reviewed
And
every single
you
piece.
reviewed the evidence, and would you say, D.A. Ripley, that all of this evidence is permissible in court?
It is admissible in court. I mean, it was subpoenaed. I can't stop this evidence from. There's nothing to object to. She got it the correct way. It is a body cam from one of the officers.
Gotcha.
There's nothing really I could do to argue it, unfortunately, Judge.
Okay. Well, let's get this show on the road.
So wait, before we do that, like I said, the people that were involved, obviously Chief Grady is the aggressor here, right? He is the main person
And
that
he's deceased.
right. So the other people that were involved, Marcus Burnett, Crenshaw, I don't know his last name, Jessica, and I don't know who that other person was. He looked like he was a recruit, but they all
Potter
stood
was
there.
also in that video as well.
Potter was there. So if this is not grounds for termination, I want them to be demoted. Whatever rank they are, I want them to get demoted because I can't imagine.
It's
rest
really
of
not in your place to say what their punishment will
I
be
know, but
ultimately.
that's
just-
what I'm hoping for.
We just have to go off the evidence and see what type of role they played in here, and we will decide what steps to take as far as that. But you're suing, and how
I'm
much are you
suing-
asking for?
I'm looking for a total of $5 million from the state of Los Santos Police Department.
Okay, $5 million.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm ready when you guys are. I think I've heard enough.
Okay.
All right.
So I
who
will
has the
be
permission?
technically defending, so I will be the defense this time around.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes,
Since
ma'am.
you're pressing charges,
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
be sitting on the left side.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me call the police to open the court.
Okay. I'll give it about 10 minutes.
Sure.
All right.
All right, officers, I will need some assistance down at the court, and I also will need a report put out for the court hearing.
How you doing there, young man? You all right?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing great. You were in my courtroom once upon a time.
Yeah,
Johnny,
I may or may not
that side
be.
is for if you're going
I
with
remember you getting
PD,
some
so-
time. How did that time did? Did you change your ways?
I definitely did change my ways. You see my suit?
Yeah, you looking clean, man. I'm proud of you, man. Then you go to you supposed to go to rehab, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to rehab.
Hi.
Just are you clean?
I'm
Uh,
cleaner than clean
They're
could
about
be.
to open the doors
Did you make it off
shortly.
probation, parole?
Yes, I did. Clean record and my record got expunged.
They're gonna make an
I'm proud of
announcement.
you, man. That's proud of you. Man.
I've been acting as a
You'll
sponsorship,
get
notified.
making sure he's on it. I just got him a car for doing the barbers.
Uh-huh.
I just gave him a car for being clean and doing what he got to do on the right track.
And that's
Staying
a
out of
beautiful
trouble.
thing. What's your name, sir?
I'm Johnny Cash.
Johnny. Oh, okay. You're Cash. Okay, sir. Are you related to Mrs. Strawberry Cash over there?
That's my wife.
Oh, this is your wife. Oh, it's nice to meet you, sir. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, okay, we're going to get courtroom started in approximately 8 minutes, okay?
You mind if we just chill out right over here waiting for it?
Yes, as long as you're behind these...
Yeah, I'm gonna go like over there.
Okay.
Or that's that for the juror.
That's fine. We can wait over there. We won't be having no jury in this case.
All right.
All right.
Come on, right.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
It's a hookah. It's a hookah.
Hey, young man,
Sorry.
there's no smoking in the courtroom. What are you doing?
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry. He apologized.
You just said you were
Hey.
clean. What is that?
No, it's a hookah.
I'm
It's
clean.
a hookah.
It's a hookah.
How did you get in the
yeah.
courtroom with this?
I,
Hey,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Take it back to your car. Take it back
alright.
out to your car.
I'll
Jesus
be right
Christ,
back. I'm
Tyrone.
sorry. I'm all right.
Don't end up like
Judge, are you
hell is
are
going
you
on in
are
here?
you okay? Are you okay with food? Because I know you don't.
Are
You know,
okay
you're
with
not
what?
in the. Are you okay? Are you okay with food? Do you need any food?
Oh no,
I know
I'm
you
okay.
don't fly in as option. Okay.
No, I'm okay. I appreciate that, Mrs. Cash.
Absolutely.
God damn it, smoking in a courtroom.
I told him they don't listen. Don't worry, I'll whip his ass.
I feel like after this, I may also need to even hire. Oh, you know what? I'll just have to say that. Never mind.
Fucking idiot, you know that? No, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Sir, are you okay over there? You need medical attention or something?
I'm all right. I just wanted some water.
Okay. You won't be getting water here. If you want water, you can go to the store or something.
All right.
I'm gonna step inside this room really quick if you don't mind. I need to take a phone call. Is that okay?
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. All right. I get up out. All right. Okay. All right. Excuse me, sir.
Uh-huh.
I thought I gave you specific directions that this water is for the courtroom and not
Hello.
for people that's in the audience. You chose to come over anyway.
I'm in the courtroom. I thought this water was all right for me.
When I say
I'm
courtroom,
so-
I'm talking about the staff, sir.
See, I'm sorry. Do you want some?
Hey, listen, I need you to take a seat. If I have to tell you, give you one more directive, you're going to get out of here, okay?
Alrighty, I'm sorry.
Do we need to drug test you, sir?
My lips is just parched.
Mr. Johnny
Sit
Cash,
the fuck
could you
down.
please control?
I apologize. Yeah, I will. Don't worry. Don't fucking get up.
All right.
You wanna go?
I don't.
All right.
Court hearings in like 5 minutes. Make sure TMZ's here.
Ryan, B-Rock, appreciate them biddies, Brody. TMZ is crazy. Heavy Dukes. What's up, Gio? How you say it? 24. Appreciate that resub, Brody.
Yeah, we're here right now. Where are you?
What's up, Rudy? Yeah, me and Ruby are at the court at the moment.
It's against the state of Los Santos Police Department. Let's look at some evidence, y'all.
This actually not bad. How much was this? The 40K car?
Yep, it's fully loaded though. Still not that fast though.
Can I borrow it?
Go ahead.
There's nothing in here? No, there's
I
not.
don't think so.
Alright, thank you. 702. I said 70. What's it called?
Her borrowing the car.
I was about to say something.
Illegally parked running a red light.
Page from Bible in my box.
Excuse me?
How are y'all doing?
Why you gotta bring a pole like that?
Oh, what? No, I was trying to make sure it was loaded. I wasn't.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just messing with you.
What's up?
Is Grady here?
Tariq James was caught selling in the middle of the street.
Tariq James.
He was caught selling in the middle of the street. He was selling.
Uh-huh.
He said, you know, we took him in. Now, Strawberry This man said whatever we found in the truck was yours because you stole the truck from him. We
What?
found about 1,000 meth inside of the truck. And he said it was you. He said not only is that your belongings, but he also said that you stole this young man's truck.
What the? All right, what kind of truck is that?
All right.
Hold on, speak up, speak up. You talking a little bit too low. Speak up.
Yeah,
Let's
take
hear
it.
it.
Whisper.
Speak with your chest, brother, man. Let's hear it.
I said I still ain't received no payment for her using this.
Oh, wait. But I stole it, so you wanted a
Steal it or
payment?
using it? Which one?
Hey, but look though, I hit my head on the cell. I need some bandages or something.
That's what's up. We didn't get you some bandages in a minute. So you said did she steal it or did she use the car? Hands the fuck out. Goddamn.
Yo, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Keep it moving before you go with it.
Go about your business, young man.
Keep it moving.
Go about your business, young man. Go about your business.
Bro.
Damn, brother. What do you got on him?
Pistol.
Y'all ain't see me do
Got a
that.
heavy pistol, 60 mil. AK dirty. Ooh, that's a
Y'all
felony.
ain't see me do nothing though.
Yeah, we did, nigga. Stop it. Hey, in the middle of the street, though, bro?
TARIQ. You was in the middle of the road, my boy.
Are you
Bold as hell.
tripping? Your name Tariq? Hold on, let me see. What's his name, man?
I was texting Brody.
Let me see.
Guess what? Guess what his last thing was seen doing hand to hands on in postal 116.
He's a geek,
Postal
bro.
we in right now. What postal we in? We right by 116. This nigga in the same spot.
Hey, he ain't in the same spot doing the same thing, man.
The money, what? The money team. Okay.
Hold on, let me see your check. Hold on, hey, quick question. Did we find any drugs in the car?
We ain't find shit in here.
So he said he ain't find nothing in the car, right? Hey, check it out.
What if Strawberry has it on her?
Hey, look, listen to what I'm saying. Now, look, if y'all ain't found shit in the car, we gonna say we found some shit in the car. All right, we gonna say we found 1,000 meth in that motherfucker. And he just snitched on.
Hey, we need order in the court. We need order in the court. You guys out of order will be placed in cuffs and sent.
Did you make an announcement of the public court hearing?
I will right now.
Alright, so you gotta give them at least like 5 minutes.
Hold on, we'll see you in there.
Yes.
Do you still need bailiff?
Judge, do you have a bailiff? Would you like me to appoint a bailiff for you?
Please appoint me a bailiff.
Sure. Yeah, I do need a bailiff.
I mean, I could be bailiff, but I don't really know what I'm doing.
My thing is, I would like to see more of how the other officers responded to the chief
Hey, yo, son, I don't
saying
like
let's
too,
plant.
You know what I mean? Niggas behind me like that, B.
Samuel L. Jackson with the bucket hat.
This ain't no mask, B. You can see my face, you goofy ass nigga.
Hey, young man. One more outburst from you, sir. Hey, one more outburst from you, sir. You will be removed from the court.
Yeah, one more time, I'm gonna remove you out of here, bro.
Bro, now you just being a widow, nigga. Now you just being a fucking widow.
Get him out of here.
Take the mask off, my nigga.
Get him up out of here.
Take the mask off, my nigga.
Yo, what's the problem, B? Hey, yo, word to my mother, man. You ain't gonna hear the last thing.
Sit on the edge like that. Hey,
Yo,
gay.
The best part about the whole thing. The best part about the whole thing was them lavender pants.
You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready, Judge?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All rise.
My man Sharon said deuce gang on that bitch.
All rise, he said.
Don't play with this judge. I'm telling you right now.
You can continue, bailiff.
What's up?
You can continue.
I'm not gonna talk?
You say what?
Hey, Judge, can you shout, please?
Wait, you're not gonna talk?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You may
Are
be
you saying
seated.
anything? Oh, okay.
Can you guys hear
may
me?
be seated. Yeah, everybody
sir.
may be seated.
All right. So, today we have hey, listen. Any outbursts, you will be sentenced to the minimum of 500 months in my courtroom.
Fuck you.
Escort that man out for me. Give him 500 months.
Who was that?
Who was that?
Well, now you're quiet.
We all are adults. Please, let's act like it. Today we have Mrs. Cash against the state of Los Santos Police Department. I looked up all the evidence that was presented to me. Miss Cash, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Strawberry Cash. I am the head of criminal defense. And today I am looking to sue PD for defamation of character, emotional distress, and I'm also going to present that the PD is corrupt. In this lawsuit, I am seeking $5 million.
Okay, so, and you're representing yourself.
Yes, sir.
Let the record reflect that Miss Strawberry Cash is representing herself. All right, you can have a seat. District Attorney Ripley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is District Attorney Ripley, also Director of the FBI. I'm here to represent the state of Los Santos in this case.
Okay. Who's that sitting next to you?
This Commander James Potter.
James Potter. How you doing there, Mr. Potter?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. You guys can have a seat. You can start with your opening statement, Mrs. Cash.
I did
Everybody
already
be
present
quiet.
my opening statement. I'll go ahead and go over it again if you would like.
Please.
But today I am going to be proving in this case that the PD department is corrupt. I'm going to sue them for defamation of character and emotional distress.
Okay.
And all of the evidence that I was able to provide for you from my body cam, from the clothing store, from PD's point of view, and also former Chief Grady's body cam that I was able to subpoena yesterday from a different judge.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
That
Mrs.
Grady
Cash.
pack smoking.
District Attorney Ripley, could you please proceed with your opening statement?
Sure. Can we also have an officer go upstairs and see where this gentleman is that's deciding to outburst through the floors and the doors, and
Yeah, well,
potentially send him to community service?
We got an officer
That'd
going
be
up right
great.
now.
All right. So today, the state would like to say that, unfortunately, yes, Chief Grady has passed away, and with him are all of the offenses that he committed as Chief of Police. Chief Grady was a good man, however, sometimes misguided in his approach to PD work. The officers that you will see today that were involved in any of Mrs. Cash's claims were just simply following orders, and that will be our defense.
Okay. Okay, Mrs. Cash, you can proceed. State your claim. The reason we
Yes.
are in this courtroom today.
So we will start off, we'll start off with the first piece of evidence. If we look at the first piece of evidence, I originally flew in at the clothing store and requested to borrow somebody's vehicle. His name goes by Tariq James, and he is sitting in the courtroom today as well.
Okay.
I did proceed to ask him if he had any drugs or anything in the car that is illegal before I left the lot. He said that he did not. I only checked the glove box. I did not check the trunk. When I searched the glove box, there definitely was nothing in there. So then I proceeded to drive down to PD, which if you look at the second piece of evidence, that shows me at PD while I went to do some of my work to check on a client's criminal record. I was then later called by Marcus Burnett. I was called to come down to PD to represent myself. When I went down to PD, I was speaking with Terry. I don't know his last name, but he is now, I believe, the assistant chief. I was speaking with Marcus, and I was also speaking with Chief Grady. At that time, he did tell me that Tariq James said that I had stole his vehicle and that anything in that vehicle that is found, it would belong to me. So back to the first piece of evidence, it does prove that I did not steal the vehicle. He verbally said, go ahead and take it. And he openly was discussing about how fast the vehicle was and that nature. Then we went into the holding cells. Inside the holding cells, that is also a piece of evidence that I was able to provide for you.
Okay.
You can then see Chief Grady in a way coaching him to say that I did steal the vehicle from him. The client, Tyreek James, he did say at that time, no, she didn't steal it. She never paid me. We never discussed the payment at one time. He was just more than happy to allow me to leave with his vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. So then there we go. Okay. So I did not steal the vehicle. No drugs were planted in the car, as I was able to show you. Now, when I was able to subpoena Chief Grady's footage, because I was not given any evidence at all of the vehicle with the drugs in it, so I wanted to subpoena the evidence myself to one, see the vehicle with the drugs. During that search that I was able to perform, they did stop Mr. Tyreek at that time for a drug transaction. Um, and that drug transaction arrest, they did find, I believe, a little bit over 60 grams of meth on his body.
Okay.
So at that time, they were asking him which vehicle is yours. They were able to run the license plates out of one of the trucks. That's the same truck that I quote unquote stole prior. In that search, Marcus Burnett runs over and says, quote unquote, there is not shit in the trunk. Okay. So then Chief Grady, while he pulled everyone aside, he didn't want to say this in front of Tyreek. He said it with a bunch of his officers. It was Mr. Potter, Jessica, and a recruit. They wanted to make sure that they were whispering. At that time, he said, that's fine, that there's nothing in it. We're going to go ahead and plant 1,000 grams of meth in the car to see what Strawberry is doing.
Okay.
So during that time, I have not been able to take any cases. I haven't been able to represent anyone. I have not been allowed to go down to PD holding cells. So this is defamation of character. I want to sue them for emotional distress. I've been nothing but stressed out during this time, and I can't perform any of my
And of
jobs.
course, how many cases did you have to pass up because they didn't allow you to represent?
I wasn't able to represent Boogie Jr. He was someone that I was retained for. We had to give that case to Big Mama, and of course, she won that as an amazing lawyer she is. I also had a total of 4 phone calls last night that needed assistance at the holding cells that I wasn't able to go down to as well.
And how much is your retainer fee?
My retainer fee is $100K per person.
Okay.
But then we do add more charges depending on the case, the amount of time they have as well.
Okay. We're just speaking solely on the retainer fee.
Yes,
do you
sorry.
have any witnesses that you would like to call to the stand?
I mean, I can go ahead and call Tyreek James to the stage.
Okay. Mr. Tyreek, are you in here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Also, with the other officers that were there, Mr. Potter, Crenshaw, Jessica, and the other recruit, I know that, like the DA said, that they were just following directions, but as a police officer, they know what is right and what is wrong. So if their main leader is telling them to do something 100% illegal, they could have gone to HR to report that information, but they seemed more than happy to go along with what was going on.
Please stand up, Tyreek. Okay. Okay. Could you swear this man in, Mr. Bailiff?
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. James. Can you raise your right hand for me? All right, Mr. Raise your right hand, man. All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes.
You talking? I can't. Oh, never mind.
Okay, you can have a seat, Mr. Tyreek. You can proceed, Mrs. Cash.
Okay, how's it going, Mr. James?
It's going good.
Okay, make sure you're on shout as well so everyone can hear you. So I want to clarify something. When we met, right, for the first time, did I ask you to borrow your car or did I hop in your vehicle and run off the lot?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll listen. Go ahead.
Leading.
Lead the
Leading.
witness.
She's leading the witness.
Okay.
Objection
All right.
sustained. Please do not lead the witness, Mrs. Cash.
Okay. Understand. Tyreek, when you met me, did I steal your vehicle or did I ask if I can use it?
That's still leading the witness, just a different question. Let's
No,
stick to
it's
one
not
question.
leading. It...
Let's stick
Okay.
to Mrs.
Okay.
Cash. Let's
Did
stick
I
to one,
steal your
Mrs.
vehicle?
Mrs. Cash.
Yes.
Let's stick to one question at a time. Okay?
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. Did I steal your vehicle?
Mr.
Mr.
James?
James, if you talking, we cannot hear you.
He's not talking.
Mr. James, are you muted?
Next question. No, she did.
Okay.
Okay. Did I ask you if there was any drugs in your vehicle before your vehicle was removed from the parking lot?
Yes.
Okay. While you were in prison, at any time, did any officers go down there and coach you on what to say at this court hearing to go against me?
No.
You were never coached at any time?
No.
Okay. Alright, that's all I have to ask.
D.A. Ripley,
So
would
this-
you like to cross-examine?
Yes.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
Well,
So, let me ask you this. When you spoke to the officers in interrogation in the cells, why is it that you told them that she stole your vehicle?
I was seeking a silver suit. I was never blaming the drugs on her.
He tell him to
Okay.
shout.
So, safe to say that you lied then to save your behind. How do we know you're not lying now?
I didn't lie. She never made a payment for the vehicle, which I was still seeking a payment for the vehicle, which was for a different case between me and her. I was seeking a silver suit, some funds.
The question is,
So
Mr. James, did she steal the car?
I mean, I don't know what you want to call it for not making a payment, but she ain't steal the car. She just didn't make the payment.
Still.
So did she steal the car or did she not steal the car,
No,
Mr.
she
James?
didn't steal the car. She didn't steal the car.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd like to mark this witness as not credible, as he clearly has an issue with telling the truth.
Let the court record reflect that it is dishonesty issues. Are you finished crossing-examining this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I got a few more questions for you, Mr. James. Did you tell the officers that she stole the vehicle? Mr. James, yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let the court reflect that he did say she stole it. Okay, you can step
But
down, sir.
I used
No,
it
hey,
in
hey,
different-
we don't need any more outbursts. That is all. You can go back to your seat, sir.
Hell, man.
Okay, D.A. Ripley, would you like to say something?
Your Honor, to be honest with you, I don't have any witnesses to call because the only witness that I could call, unfortunately, is no longer with us.
Okay.
Like I mentioned earlier, the other officers who were involved in anything that Mrs. Cash has shown today were simply following orders. I do not contest that Chief Grady did what he did. However, I do have to represent the officers that were involved in this footage and say that they were, in fact, following the Chief of Police's orders.
Okay. Are there any officers present that were at the scene? Like,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay. So, Mrs. Cash, was he your only witness?
So the only reason I brought him on stage was to just prove the fact that I didn't steal his vehicle, which is the whole reason that this started. So yes, he is the only person that I'm able to bring on stand. But the evidence that I was able to provide to you from that public body cam footage that I subpoena proves proves everything else. Now she did say that they were just following his
We cannot say we cannot.
rules.
Sorry, Miss Cassie. We cannot say what the other officer said unless they're
No,
on
I'm
the
saying
stand.
I'm telling you what the DA said.
Okay, that's
She
still
just
we still
told
can't
you.
use that unless they're on the stand. I don't know what these other officers said outside of this courtroom, and it has nothing to do with the courtroom unless they're on the stand. That's what I'm saying.
Judge, I'm telling you that she just told you that they were following rules, which they did not say that they were doing in that.
I understand that, but that holds no weight in this courtroom. That's what I'm telling you. Unless they're on this stand and you're examining them or she's cross-examining them, it means nothing. But I did see the evidence. I definitely seen the evidence.
The evidence alone proves that PD is corrupt, because if you can get 4 fellow officers to stand there and quote unquote follow rules, I can't imagine what the other officers are doing as well.
My question is, why don't you have any of these other officers as witnesses?
I'm not sure why they're not on duty. These are people that are always on duty at this time, so I'm not sure why out of all times they're not here. This court hearing was
Potter
supposed
was
to
there?
happen 2
Were you
days
there,
ago.
Mr. Potter?
Oh yeah, Mr. Potter was there. Yes,
Okay.
he was.
So how come you haven't called him as a witness?
I didn't even see him. Go ahead and I'll go ahead and call him as a witness.
You want me to come up there?
Yes, Mr. Potter, you can please proceed to the stand.
All right, Mr. Potter, can you raise your right hand for me? I do swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, you may be seated.
Okay, Mrs. Cash, you can proceed with the questioning.
When you were on F block, doing an arrest on Mr. Tyreek James, and you guys did not find any drugs in the vehicle, did you hear Mr. Grady tell you that they were going to send him to jail and place 1,000 grams of meth in the vehicle?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading again.
Okay.
Objection sustained.
Did you hear Mr. Grady ask if you were going to put any drugs in the vehicle to blame on me?
It's still leading, Your Honor.
It's a direct question.
Overruled. You can answer the question, Mr. Potter.
So I don't remember hearing that.
Okay.
You say that? I'm not saying he did or didn't. I don't remember hearing what you just asked.
Okay, Judge, in the evidence, he was right there. He was to the right of Mr. Grady.
I'm not saying I wasn't there.
Yeah, answer your question.
I'm not saying I wasn't there. I'm just saying I don't remember hearing that question you just asked.
You have no recollection. You have no recollection of.
I don't. Yeah.
Chief
No,
Grady
I don't.
saying this.
No, I don't remember.
Next question.
When you guys, when the vehicle was searched, was there any drugs in the vehicle? Do you recall that?
So I remember not seeing any drugs in the vehicle, but I only searched the vehicle once, and we've been having issues with searching it once, you don't see it, and then search it again, and then you do see it. So on my first search, I didn't see it. I don't know who conducted the second search, but I'm guessing on the second search there was drugs there. I don't know. Just on the first search, it wasn't.
Okay, Judge, that's all I want to ask. He just lied under oath.
I lied under. Okay.
Would you like to cross-examine?
Can you tell her to come and prove how I lied under oath?
No, we're not going to get into that. Would you like to cross-examine DA Ripley?
Yes, please, Judge. Potter, what is your rank in LSPD?
Commander.
Commander. And how long have you been on the force?
I've been on the force since the city was open to the public. It's the first day.
Now, let me ask you this. What is the #1 rule regarding chain of command in PD?
You have to follow it. So you're higher up, you have to do what they say. Chain of command, you have to follow your chain of command.
Okay. Can I also ask you, what was Mr. Grady's rank in PD? at the time of this incident?
He was the chief, the head chief.
And the chief of police, where do they fall on that chain of command?
He's three. He would basically be 3 commands above me, so he's the top. Like he's the top rank. There's no rank above him.
So, if the chief of police tells you or any other officer to do something, what would be the consequences if they did not do it?
Probably be fired, let go for something. There's many consequences, right? A lot of people, that's why they follow the chain of command. They don't want to be fired or anything. They don't want nothing bad to happen. They want to keep their job.
Now, you testified here today that you did not hear the command from Chief Grady, correct?
Yes, I don't remember hearing that, but I can't say to what he did or did not say.
Now, even though you didn't hear it, if you had heard it, would you feel that you needed to comply out of fear for your job?
Yes, I would follow my chief's order out of fear for my job, definitely.
Do you feel like the other officers had that same fear of Chief Grady?
Yeah, they definitely, if any other officers, they definitely followed it out of fear because no one wants to lose their job, right? They're going to, especially for the chief can just get rid of you in a second. So people have been working hard. They have a lot of cases. They don't want that to just go up in smoke.
Now, I also need to ask you, do you have any personal issues with Miss Strawberry Cash?
I don't have personal issues with Strawberry. It's just a lot of conversations get heated, the back and forth. You know, sometimes emotions do get involved on both sides. But there's nothing personal. I don't have nothing personally against any of the lawyers.
Have you ever had an interaction with Miss Cash that would be deemed violent in nature or anything that would be illegal?
I want to know illegal, no, or violent.
I'm sorry, your voice box. You need some water.
Me? You hear me?
Yeah.
No, I said violent or illegal, no. There's been back and forth, but nothing violent or illegal.
Would you say the back and forth is what would be normal in the scope of your job, working with a defense lawyer?
Yeah, because we got to defend our side, and they're going to defend their side. So sometimes both sides get emotions involved, but it's definitely nothing personal. If she were to beat me on a case, I'm definitely not going to be like, you know what, I'm never talking to her again. I'm not going to take it personal. Just on to the next one.
Okay. And once again, do you feel that there was any type of fear regarding the retaliation of Chief Grady should anyone say no to his order?
Yes.
Did you ever witness Chief Grady morally or verbally attack anyone for disobeying orders or interrupting him, anything like that?
Not that I can recall. No. I'm not saying any of that hasn't happened. I can't recall that right now. I just know the people's not really fear him. It could be like, not like you're fearing Grady. You're really fearing the command in general. And whoever's in command, that fear would have been the same. It could have been me in command. It would have feared me. It could have been anyone. It's just that that command sets a presence, and no one wants to disobey that rank.
Okay, District Attorney Ripley, what is this line of questions leading to?
Your Honor, to be honest, this line of questioning leads to essentially the civil suit that could follow. I just want to make sure that it's documented for the court that these officers individually are not to blame for the actions that took place here. And also wanted to establish a history of following chain of command.
Gotcha. And within following the chain of command, it is by, like, your right is to follow a lawful command. Am I right, Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Okay. Are you finished, District Attorney Ripley?
One more question.
Okay.
Now, hearing that you were to follow a lawful command, did you, Potter, or anyone that you know, place drugs on Miss Strawberry in that vehicle?
I did not, and I don't know if anyone did. I know for sure I did not.
Okay, that's all that I have, Judge.
Okay, I got a few questions, Mr. Potter. Was there any drugs found in the vehicle?
So when I did my initial search, no. But like I said, there's many situations documented on file that people
Okay.
have searched somebody and it's not there, and then when you search them again, it is there.
Okay, after the fact, did you hear about any drugs being confiscated from this vehicle?
I believe so. I believe there was something confiscated from meth. Confiscated, I think 1,000.
Did you guys arrest Mrs. Cash?
I believe she was arrested and then let right out. She was let right out of the holding cell.
About
So
how
I
long?
think,
How long was she under arrest?
Probably about 30 seconds.
30
That's-
seconds.
I don't know what happened. I think I left after that, but I know Chief Grady, rest in peace, let her out.
Was she charged with anything?
Not to my knowledge, and I don't believe there's anything on file right now that I can say. I could look in the MDW right now, check for you.
I took a look and I didn't see any charge.
I don't think she was physically charged with anything. I think it's going to be, but she was let out, and then there was no actual report filed, and nothing else filed after that.
Okay.
So
When Tyreek James was arrested and questioned about the vehicle, did he say that Mrs. Cash stole the vehicle?
I believe he did.
Okay. In this vehicle, are you sure no evidence, no drugs was collected and put in an evidence locker?
That's not what I never said that. I'm just not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I just know on my search personally, I can't speak for anyone else. I just know on my search, I didn't confiscate enough.
Okay. You can go back to your seat. Thank you. Okay. Would you like to your closing argument, Mrs. Cash?
Yes. So just from what we've heard today by Tyreek going over with you that the vehicle was not stolen. Also with Mr. Potter here, he did admit that he would follow any rules or any instructions that was given to him by a higher up, even if it was corrupt. That proves my point that the PD system alone is corrupt. And that is really all I have to say. Everything was proven today.
Okay. District Attorney Ripley, closing argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. My closing argument is just that, as you've seen here today, the officers of LSPD were simply following commands by the former police chief. Now, no official charges were pressed against Ms. Strawberry Cash, and also there were no allegations that were publicly made about Ms. Cash regarding these drugs. Now, what was found and what was done, that's a whole different story. However, as far as public defamation, I don't believe that anything was said publicly about her regarding this situation. What Chief Grady did, God rest his soul, unfortunately, did miss the mark for what we hope to see from our public servant. These officers that involved were simply, like I said, following commands. And also in that moment, nothing was actually used against Miss Cash in a formal way. She has no charges on her record. In fact, I believe her profile just says that she is a lawful gun owner. That's it from the state. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank both parties for introducing everything that you did to the courtroom. Now myself, I looked over all of the evidence. As far as the car being stolen, I looked over that evidence. I really don't believe. Well, I mean, in certain cases, we can say yes, Mrs. Cash, the car was stolen, being that you didn't make a payment. But I believe that under distress by him being locked up, he made that statement. Why? I don't know. How did that subject even come about when he was arrested for drugs? I don't know. Maybe because the drugs were found in the car. I looked over the body footage of long live Chief Grady. I looked over the body footage of Mr. Chief Grady as he huddled around his comrades, and he stated, let's say we put 1,000 grams in the trunk. Never let's plant 1,000 grams in the trunk. Being that there is no evidence of 1,000 grams in the database or arrest in your case of charges, but he did say, let's do this, which is very unlawful, but in a lesser degree. You know, as far as the officers that was around him when he said this, the evidence that you presented to me, Miss Cash, doesn't say what was their response. You know, and that was a big thing for me because I wanted to know, how did they react to it? Was it a, okay, bet, yes, let's get it done? But I get none of that. I don't have evidence on what their response were. You know, all I know is that Chief Grady is dead. You know, and I respect you as a lawyer. You're doing your job. You know, you got your law degree. You should be able to practice. So, with that being said, I can say that the police department, they failed our community. But I cannot punish or do anything to the other officers that were involved, being that there is no evidence of their reply or response. Emotional distress, you can get that claim. Defamation, you really didn't prove that in my court. Like I would like to know how your name was, you know.
I mean, I can explain that if that's what you would like.
Okay, you can. I'll give you a chance to explain that part.
The entire city knew what was going on. We have one officer. Actually, we have a total of 4 officers going around telling multiple people that I was not able to perform any of my job duties. Anybody that was down there in the holding cells called me and they informed me, oh, well, they said that you have a charge against you. You can't come down here.
Now, let this be a learning lesson.
It's all word of mouth.
Let this be a learning lesson, Miss Cash. The people that said this to you, they should have been on this witness stand. They should have been up here. So the court can reflect on what was said about you. But being that the evidence that you presented, you were falsely accused, you were placed in handcuffs, and I feel like you shouldn't have been.
Correct.
I believe emotional distress is major, and then you missed out on money. You said your retainer fee was $100,000. We can't go off into what you charge after that. That's just a retainer fee. So you said you missed out on 4 clients that called, and then the one client, Boogie Jr. So that in total was $500,000, and I will award you $1 million for emotional distress. So you will receive altogether $1.5 million for your troubles. I'm sorry that this had to happen to you. I wish that Chief Grady was still here so we can get to the bottom of this, you know. But you will be awarded $1.5 million from the state of Los Santos.